Hey friends, your friendly neighborhood That TS Hawkeye guy here. We're going to do two different top 5 lists. We are going to do the top 5 Spider-Man outfits. And yes, I said outfits, not costumes. And we are going to do the top 5 Spider-Man that aren't Peter Parker. You know, first off, I just want to say I really appreciate everybody that comments, that likes these videos, that subscribes. But 95% of people that watch my videos aren't subscribed. Look, I'm a really small creator. I do this out of love of the hobby. You know, please drop me a subscription. It's very little for you and it means the world to me. So, alright, on to business. We have these 3 figures that I tried, but there's no way I could have included them in the list. Although Ghost Spider was really close. So, anyway, we have Ghost Spider. That's the Marvel Epic Heroes version. We have a Agent Venom custom. Jesus, if a factory was that sloppy, they'd get fired. I might have to touch that up. And then we have the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man costume. Apparently, this figure's pretty sought out. I bought it for $20 in, I think, 2019, sealed at a comic book store. Not a great comic book store, but a comic book store. So, we are going to do the Peter Parker first, and then we will do the non-Peter Parker. Number 5. This is the big-time Spider-Man costume. I don't know what story this came from. You know, but it's still a Spider-Man, so it's still pretty awesome. I initially passed it up when it was on the shelves. When I sold my entire comic collection, I took this as credit from the comic store, and I'm really happy I did. You know, it's got some nice green lines there. He has the, you know, just the attention to detail, the circle there. But yeah, it's pretty cool Spider-Man, even though I don't know a whole lot about it. Number 4, the Iron Spider. This is the Epic Heroes version. I do have the Marvel Universe version. I just don't want to dig it out. This one was handy. The Marvel Universe version has 4 Waldos. This has 3. But yeah, as far as I know, those are the only 2 3 3/4 Iron Spiders that came out. This obviously is a Tony Stark suit. I like the look. I like the colors. You know, I wish it would have stuck around a little bit more. Number 3 is the Web Armor. This, as far as I know, this was only one issue. Web of Spider-Man number 100. Always liked this. I had the Toy Biz figure when I was younger, and probably still too old to own toys, but I just loved the look of it. Great costume, great look. Number 2, we have the old red and blue. This is a classic Spider-Man costume. They've only been able to improve on this one time. So, this is the Marvel Epic Heroes version. I have several Spider-Man in the Marvel Universe line in this costume. This one was handy. And the colors are a little brighter. So, number 2. Of course, the black costume is number 1. You know, I remember buying Secret Wars number 8, seeing the black costume, and really not liking it. Then I read some more Spider-Man comics, really liked it. My copy of Secret Wars number 8 might be... Oh, I don't have it anymore because it was totally shredded. I remember cutting the cover off for whatever reason, but I was like 7 years old, so I can be forgiven. That's why they're so expensive, because nobody took care of them. So, number 1, we have the black costume Spider-Man. So now we're going to look at the top 5 non-Peter Parker Spider-Man. Number 5, we have Kane Parker, the second Scarlet Spider. I will say there are a couple of Spider-Man figures I don't have that I'd really like. Spider-Man UK, the Superior Spider-Man. There was a House of M Spider-Man, and even though that was Peter Parker, yeah, I just don't have it, and I want it. So, not to diminish this figure, this came in the 2-pack, very, very late in the line, with a normal, like a red and blue Spider-Man. Number 4, we have the first Scarlet Spider, the second on our list, the last on our list, Ben Reilly. I liked the whole story, the Spider clone story, when it started. About halfway through, I dropped Spider-Man comics because it was going on way too long and it was way too convoluted. So, but not going to hold it against this figure. Number 3, the Uncanny Spider-Man is obviously Kurt Wagner, Nightcrawler. This is a custom I made. My hands are too shaky to do the lines on it. I might ask somebody to do it for me, but yeah, great. I love the fact that Nightcrawler was Spider-Man. The last 2 were kind of hard, and I mean, these could change in 5 minutes. But we have Spider-Man 2099, Miguel O'Hara. Very, I was ground floor on the 2099 universe. I had 90% of the first 2 years of it. Later, in the 2000s, the 2010s actually, I tried to pick up the whole thing. I obviously didn't, unfortunately, but yeah, this was a great character. So, number 2, I think everyone knows what number 1 is. Of course, it's Miles Morales. I love Miles as a character. It didn't seem... I know people hated him when he first appeared, but I always thought it was great because it wasn't Peter Parker. It was a different character. He had the same powers, but he had other powers, Love Miles Morales. And Miles and the black costume have the distinction of being number 1 in both lists. Alright, friends. Like I said, likes, comment, please subscribe. And we will talk again soon.